Depinder's in the kitchen today and she's taking me on a little journey to India. Street food in India. Oh, it's my bucket list to go there and try all the amazing food.
So today we're going to be making a Paneer Frankie. Basically, there's so many different versions of a Frankie around the country, but I'm going to be doing the one that I've had in Delhi myself. And it's an Indo-Chinese version.
Okay.
So Indo-Chinese is big in India. It's a whole separate cuisine, so packed full of flavour, ingredients that are so easily available here for us as well. So I'm going to be putting that together with a traditional twist.
Well, let's get cracking. What do we start with?
Absolutely. So I've got a hot pan over here.
Yep.
I'm going to go in with a little dash of oil.
Okay. Just some safflower oil there.
Yep, any oil is fine.
Yep.
Gonna go in with some garlic.
Lots of garlic.
Absolutely.
And lots of ginger.
That's right, a lot of flavour.
And how can I help?
Justine, while I do this, I'm gonna get you to slice the capsicum for me.
Can do. All right, so nice thin slices. And so I see you've got some carrots, some onion. Can we change up the vegetables if we like?
Absolutely, whatever you've got in your fridge. You can use spring onion instead of your regular onion. You can use carrots, capsicum, broccoli, whatever you like in your wrap.
Oh, I love this.
So I'm going in with some onion as well, some sliced onions. Just gonna cook them until they're slightly brown.
A bit of a stir fry going on here.
That's
really.
it.
Yep.
So we're going to stuff our wrap, our Roti Paratha wrap, with the stir fry, and it's
Very
so
nice.
packed full of flavour, I swear.
Okay, there's our capsicum. Can that go in?
Yes, that can go straight in.
Okay.
Can go in with the carrots as well.
Gee, I really like the idea of this because at the end of the week, when I've used up the vegetables for water, I've always got a little bit of carrot left, maybe a bit of onion.
That's right.
And you don't need much of it to go far. You
No.
can throw it all in there, even some
That's right.
broccoli or whatever
Some
you've got.
herbs as well.
Herbs.
So it's a great way of using up leftover veggies in the fridge.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. So I'm just going to add some flavour, and while I do that, could I please get you to slice some paneer for me? So we're just
paneer.
looking for some thin strips.
Okay, so what is paneer for those at home who don't know?
So paneer is Indian-style ricotta, essentially. It's cottage cheese. You can make it at home as well.
Okay.
It's now easily available at supermarkets, at
Yes.
Southeast Asian or South Asian stores.
Yep.
Just going with some chili sauce, some soy sauce.
Okay.
So you're going to add in all my sauces here. Bring it together.
Oh, it smells good.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
really
that.
nice.
Yeah.
Going in with some vinegar. It's a very easy recipe to whip up at home.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got some sweet chili sauce here as well.
Okay.
And last but not least, a little bit of sugar. Not too much because you've got the sweet chili sauce there too.
Yep. All
So-
about balancing, I guess.
That's right. And Indo-Chinese food is very much like that. A bit of sweet, a bit of sourness, a bit of saltiness.
Yep.
So I'm going to add in a pinch of salt. Again, not too much salt because we've got the soy sauce.
Okay.
And we can go in straight with our paneer.
Okay, I hope that's cut to
Beautiful.
your standards.
That is perfect.
I'll just break it up slightly. Very good.
Thank you, Jess.
Very nice. Fantastic.
So I think that's good to rest now. So I'm going to turn the heat off.
Okay.
So we're not overcooking them. We still want the vegetables, the capsicum to be a little bit crunchy. And we're going to go in with our roti dough.
Okay, this is exciting to see it being made from scratch. And wholemeal flour.
So I've grown up eating roti at home
Yep.
with every single meal, and the way to make it is wholemeal flour. It's healthy, it's lighter on the stomach, easily digestible as well.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah. And most Indian households will have dough ready in the fridge, but if you don't, you can whip it up, or you can use, a wrap, you can use a naan, you can use a store-bought paratha. So I'm going to go in with roughly 2 cups of wholemeal flour,
Yep.
a pinch of salt, always, and water as required. So as I need,
Yes.
I'll get you to pour the water in.
Sure, teamwork.
That's it. So just a little bit at a time, that's enough.
There we go.
And we're just going to knead it together.
So 3 ingredients.
That's it.
all you need.
We can actually make this dough using a stand mixer, which is what I do a lot of the times, especially when you're multitasking in the kitchen. It's a time saver, but nonetheless, it's easy to make it with hand as well.
Yeah. And does that need to be warm or anything, or just
Tap water is fine. It doesn't matter if it's hot or cold.
Yep.
Room temperature is always ideal. It's just easy to work with, and that's almost coming together. What I'm going to do now, Justine, I'm going to get you to add in a tablespoon of ghee. Pass it over to you.
Yep.
There we go.
Some ghee.
So we can use oil here. We can use butter, softened butter as well, unsalted, salted, whatever the preference may be.
Oh, I love ghee though.
It's beautiful.
Fantastic for this.
Absolutely
Just a
beautiful.
little bit.
That's enough. I'll
And
just grab
is
that.
this part totally optional?
Yeah, what it does, it softens the dough.
Okay.
And It gives it that little bit of richness without being too rich when you make the actual roti. So this is almost coming in together. I'm just going to work the ghee through the dough.
Yep.
And while I knead this further for just a couple of minutes, I'll get you to make my coriander chutney.
Ooh, coriander chutney. That sounds delightful.
It's an absolute flavour bomb.
Okay.
So we're basically going in with all the ingredients into a food processor or any kind of blending jar.
Okay.
So we got some fresh coriander.
The whole lot?
Absolutely.
Stalks and all too, or just
Everything.
the leaves? Everything, okay. A lot of the flavour is actually in the stalks
That's
and the
right.
roots. So it's a shame to waste it.
I totally agree. Couldn't agree more there. So we're going to go in with a little bit of chilli, some ginger, a little bit of yogurt, salt. We're going to blitz it together to a smooth paste, and then we're going to come back and make our parathas.
Sounds great.
Okay,
Love that.
almost done there. Just going to go in with a little bit of ghee on top.
And you didn't rest that for long, did you?
No.
Yeah.
Just to soften it up a little bit.
Okay.
I'm just going to spread some ghee. Add that extra bit of richness.
Yeah.
It's completely optional.
Definitely. More ghee, more ghee. And this is the signature of roti, which is all about folding the dough with layers of oil or butter, just
That's
like this. Yep. Ah, okay. So you fold it up like a bit of a book and then roll it out again.
Roll it out again, nice and slow.
Yep, very nice.
Just adds that extra bit of fun and ghee in
Yeah.
between.
Well, I like the idea of doing this with kids because you can't stuff it up really.
It'll just be so much fun, gets them involved.
Yeah. Now, while we're cooking our dough, tell me a little bit about the project, the exciting project you're doing up in Newcastle.
So I'm going to be starting up a supper club very soon where I'm going to be serving home-style food in a form of a thali. And I've, been longing to do this for the longest time, and it's finally coming together.
What's a thali?
So a thali is basically a big round plate, and it's got, curries, condiments, it's got breads, rice. It's basically a big, complete meal. It's a big, fancy, complete meal.
Oh, that's what I want.
It's beautiful.
I adore going to Indian restaurants, but I think you're onto something really great here. To be able to go into someone's home and they make you homemade Indian food and an assortment would be just such a treat.
Oh, that's exactly what we eat at home, and I feel like everyone needs to be able to experience that, because in restaurants the food is beautiful, and I go to Indian restaurants myself and I love it.
Yes.
But there's that home food, that comfort that you don't often find, and a thali just brings in together, there's homemade pickles, there's, there's chutneys that I've made at home, then there's the curries, obviously. Some of them are like, cooked over a period of a day or two to get that intense flavour.
Yes.
Then there's the breads, there's the rice, there's just so much. There's dessert as well, don't forget that.
All right, that's it. I'm definitely coming over.
I would love to have you over. Okay, now, good news. We're going to be adding some more ghee in here.
Excellent.
Just to bring out that flavour a little bit more. There's always a bit of ghee on top of the paratha, so
Yeah.
just going to lightly spread it all over.
And it's crispy, it's blistered up slightly.
Yeah.
Good.
So the ghee will just fry it up a little bit more. It also tends to keep the paratha a little bit moist.
Yeah.
So this is almost done, Justine. That looks great. So let's take that out. Look at that.
Ooh, it's going to be good.
I'm going to go in with the coriander chutney first. So a
Homemade. Everything's homemade here. I love this.
nice generous layer. The more the better.
Yeah.
The more flavour,
All right.
Okay, so a beautiful filling. So we're going to go in, again, be generous.
Because you've made me a huge paratha.
So there we go. Now, I love adding fresh onions because I think it just gives you that crunch, the freshness as well. I'm just going to add some red onion. And this, my friend over here, is a chaat masala, which is basically a blend of a few different spices, and it adds a really nice zing. So yeah, this is like quintessential to any street food. And thank you, we've got some fresh coriander as well. So
Oh, it
that
smells
essentially, that is the chaat masala that you can smell.
amazing.
So just going to just lay that there. And that is our beautiful Paneer Frankie.
Frankie, you are looking gorgeous. And I guess you just roll it up, squish it together.
And just take a big bite.
All right. I'm going to let you do the honours. rolling,
Sure.
chopping.
All right. So just going to roll it together.
Yep.
And we're going to...
Nice and tight.
That's it.
Wow. Look how flaky that is. So
Let's go
good.
in that.
Look at the centre of that.
It's beautiful.
Just had to have a quick look before having a bite.
So much flavour. What do you reckon?
It really is sensational. I love the paneer. I really love the paneer, but above all, it's the crunch and the different layers of flavours and textures there. So good. The raw onion. I love it so much. I think you're going to have to make me another one.
Absolutely. I'd love to make you one.
So good. Yum.